The Boy Who Cried Sheep. A young shepherd boy lived at the edge of a big forest full of wolves. Every day, he walked through the forest with a girl who wore a little red hood. She was terrified of wolves. Little Red Riding Hood went to visit her grandma Granny. The boy went to look after his flock of prize whining sheep. The boy trained his show jumping sheep every day. Little Red Riding Hood laughed at the boy and his jumping sheep. One day, the boy went to play a trick on her to pay her back for laughing at him. The boy crept up behind the Little Red Riding Hood and pretended to be a wolf. "Growl!" he said. "Help!" screamed Red Riding Hood. A group of villagers raced over. "It was only a joke," said the shepherd boy. The villagers grumbled and walked away. A few days later, he did it again. "Growl!" This time, Little Red Riding Hood screamed even louder. "Help!" The villagers ran over, huffing and puffing. "It's just a joke," the shepherd boy said. The villagers all looked very annoyed. A few days later, the boy saw a real wolf at the door of Granny's cottage. "Wolf!" he shouted, but no one came. "Wolf!" he shouted louder. Still no one's come. The boy ran over to the village. "Help! There's a wolf!" he shouted. "Stop playing tricks," the villager said. The boy had cried, "Wolf!" too many times now. No one believed him. He ran over to Granny's cottage. The wolf was already in Granny's bed. "Just shouted, I do," he thought. Then he had a brilliant idea. "Sheep!" he cried at the top of his voice. Within seconds, his sheep came running. "Pyramid!" shouted the boy. The sheep jumped and each other's shoulders. The boy climbed up the sheep and onto the roof. "Sheep, follow me!" shouted the boy. He climbed inside the chimney. His sheep followed, one by one. Inside the cottage, the wolf was licking his lips. "What big teeth you have, Granny," said Red Riding Hood. Suddenly, cat! The boy fell down the chimney and landed on the bedroom floor. The wolf looked up in surprise. "Tum-tum-ba!" A pile of sheep landed in the fireplace. "We are here to save you," said the boy. He turned to his sheep. "Sheep, attack!" he shouted. The sheep jumped at the wolf and sat on top of his. "Hooray!" The boy and his sheep took the wolf to the villagers, who now believed his story. The shepherd boy had learned his lesson and never cried wolf again. But you can often hear him about sheep, as he puts on a show for the villagers. The end.